The rice riot came about when the True Party or Mr. Tolbert decided to erroneously, and I believe Tolbert had a very good idea to grow country rice and give our people incentive by increasing the price of the bag of rice from $9 to $16. He had a good intention. But when he did that, the political opposition played on that because it affected the very livelihood of the people. And therefore, the rice demonstration took place. During that demonstration, I was with my classmate called Samuel Twa from Nimba. Later on that day, he got shot. The crowd in that demonstration was initially peaceful that morning as the demonstration got underway. People were singing and dancing, and the whole thing appeared like a festival. But not for long. The government joint security checkpoint and command was based at the Ministry of Defense, the present Ministry of Defense on Benson Street. And police in riot gears were over there. I believe if Tolbert had control over the police forces, probably they would not have gone. But there was a big split within the True Party, with the liberal wing headed by the president who wanted changes, who wanted to tolerate power and moja as opposition, because that was normal for any modern society. But the extreme right wing of the True Party controlled the police forces and the Justice Ministry. I believe Oliver Bright was Justice Minister then. Chesson had just left. And so the police went in full force to stop the illegal demonstrators. A crowd of almost 500,000 people was gathering. And as they went past by the Defense Ministry, Vanny Dempster, the police director then, opened fire on them. I didn't read it in the newspaper. I didn't hear it from anybody. I was there myself. I had a camera. I was taking pictures on that day. There was looting and a lot of people got killed on that day. Lebanese stores were looted. The barricades were still fresh in our minds. But the looting happened, the shooting went on because the True Party leadership lacked the foresight and proper leadership to have contained that demonstration by letting it happen. On that day, my political consciousness did not allow me to loot. A friend of mine looted a bottle of whiskey, and the only thing I got from that April 14 riot was 3 shots of whiskey that made me a little tipsy. So if I say I didn't loot, I'm lying. I looted. I looted 3 shots of whiskey. However, when I got in the 12th grade, the coup took place. But before the coup took place, I visited with J. Nicholas Podia in PHP. And Podia said, "Pikin, ain't you always selling newspaper for Tipote and Bago Matthews?" I said, "Yes, that's me, Joe Wiley." He said, "Okay. The struggle you have been struggling for long against these people, the words in you, these Congo people, it will soon be over." And I said, "How?" He said, "We'll overthrow the people in 7 days." So, you know, I thought it was one of those bluffs, you know, because you hear people getting drunk. We're drinking beer and the man was talking. I didn't take that to be anything. Believe me, 7 exact days, I walked on fire at the mansion. I was working at Hotel Africa then. And when the firing started, I woke up and I said, "Damn, this boy told me." I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, for my Sunday school language. I said, "This boy told me that this thing was going to happen." The shooting went on for some time. And then in the morning, we the curious ones, ran mansion, the whole thing was over. I don't know how many people were killed. Few days later, I asked Sandro Moore, look, I want to be a press man. Give me a press card. So when they were trying, detecting ministers, Sandro Moore and I were probably the only two journalists who were allowed into the Frank Sembene court. We got there. I believe the first thing that shocked me was there were no lawyers for the accused. And I didn't know then that, and when I grew up, I started asking, how could you try a bunch of civilians in a military court? You know, so I started, as a civil society, former civil society man, I started asking myself. However, when I look at the struggle in our country and some of the teachings that went on, that, you know, all the social theories, I said, but then the True Party was bound to be overthrown. And probably those who died were paid for the cumulative crimes of their successors.